Hello, Scorpio. Welcome to your September 2019 overview reading. This is good for you if you're a sun, moon, or rising Scorpio. And before we get started, please take a moment to subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you check me out on Instagram at Onyx Healing. And if you would like to work with me one-on-one, you're welcome to go to onyxhealing.com and check everything out there. Or you can look at all of the links in the description box for my podcast and all sorts of other good stuff. So without further ado, I am going to lay this spread out, and what I'm doing this month is I'm just picking 10 cards. I'm going to put them on the table in whatever way I feel called to for your sign, and then we will get into the reading. All right, let's go ahead and start with your affirmator for the month. We have no judgment. I release myself from any and all judgments. I find my inner critic, call it into my office, and tell it to take a vacation. As it leaves the room, I let out a sigh and begin to enjoy the joy of simply being. Who hired that guy anyway? Okay, so judgments are something where, of course, there's no way for you to really get around judgment. We have to judge in order to survive, in order to, get where we want to go. But this is about anything that you're jumping to conclusions around, making judgments prematurely, kind of calling things before you're really seeing where they go and what happens. So it's giving a little bit of the benefit of the doubt when it comes to really extreme judgments. Might actually serve you this month because you might see some opportunities shine through as a result. And then we have, I trust that my gut reaction is the truth underneath the surface of my fears. Okay, so that could also be something where, like, if your judgments are coming up as fear-based, then you're going to want to do some investigating, because fear a lot of the time isn't your gut. Your gut is underneath the fear. And then we have Panther. So this to me looks like really going after whatever it is that you want, making it happen, taking action. September might feel a little bit more intense, like there's more work to do, more things that you're making happen. So lots of intensity coming off of that card. Let's see what else is coming up for the month. We have the Star, first thing that I pull. Beautiful. Everything is falling into place. I think that you're really going to start to see that in September. The Star is a lot of invisible things that are happening behind the scenes. You're not going to see the full effects of it, but you can trust that you're getting the wheels to turn in the right direction with every action that you're taking that puts you in that position. So if there's a big goal that you're after, if there's something you're really wanting and craving and needing and desiring, the more you kind of fearlessly lean into that, don't judge yourself, don't believe into fear, or don't buy into fear right off the bat. Check your gut, check your desires, and then continue to show up in that way. Four of Wands, this is about making yourself comfortable. I think you yourself are getting comfortable either in your new role, your new vision for yourself, your new aspirations. This could be a new home, right? In more of a literal interpretation or getting into that. But at the end of the day, this is ultimately about grounding yourself, getting yourself planted so you can really exercise your faith, exercise your trust that things are moving the way you want them to, with that Star there in the center. And then we have the Two of Cups, connection, collaboration, co-creation. And this is also like the connections that you make this month could be really important, which is why the no judgment card is coming up. It's kind of like, well, wait and see. Like, are you sure that it's the way you're thinking about it, or is there more to the story? Is there more to the person? Is there more to the relationship? You know, that's the type of stuff you can start looking at, because this Two of Cups is really an important piece. It's right up top, front and center. So this is also for those of you that are really invested in romantic relationships. That could be a big focal point for you. This could be nesting with a partner, right? You have the Four of Wands, the Star, and the Two of Cups. So it could be getting more into domestic endeavors, domestic life, especially for those of you in the Northern Hemisphere. You know, we're going to be shifting into fall. We're transitioning from that really intense, high energy summer, and then moving into dropping a little bit lower into our bodies so we can actually nest, prepare for winter, all of that stuff. So you might be feeling a lot of that energy in September. Okay, and then we also have the Knight of Cups. This might be a person. Let me clarify this. Eight of Coins. This could be you doing some emotional work, right? This could be relationship work, dealing with things underneath the surface. This could also be like a partner busy at work, a partner busy building, or this is your own emotional work. So whether this be showing up for you as a person who is really working hard on something, or this is you working hard on your own emotional state, that's what's coming up here. I kind of see this as being a little bit more separate from the other things that you have going on. That's just the impression that I'm getting from this. Anyway, let's keep going. Let's see what else is coming up. We have the Three of Cups. Have fun, pay attention to the people that you're meeting this month. I can't emphasize that enough. It seems like there could be a lot of good stuff that comes up through the contacts and connections that you make, through the people that you're hanging out with. I think there's a lot more to connections than you might recognize off the bat. That's definitely coming up. And then we have the Two of Pentacles. Know that every decision counts. And that can really allow things to accumulate and build up over time. I mean that in a good way. Like, things can really progress a lot faster than you might realize. You just need to give them a chance to actually work. So continue giving effort, continue making those small decisions, taking those small steps. When you're kind of confronted with, do I do this or that? Think about what's my long-term plan, and then move from that space into whatever it is that you need to do. Because if you keep your ultimate vision, your ultimate manifestation kind of sitting in the back of your mind, it makes the decision-making process a lot easier. And then we have the Three of Knives. Okay, so equivalent to the Three of Swords. I'll clarify this one as well. Ace of Cups. Okay, so maybe there is, some of you, this is going to be a little bit more of a literal interpretation, like the death of the old, the welcoming of a new relationship or a new love or something like that. For others of you, this is actually looking to me like a passion, or the way that you're giving to yourself. So what I mean is, you might find that one of your old aspirations falls away, or some of the things that you wanted before maybe don't work out, right? You have the Star in the center. So sometimes the Star, it's always divine protection. So even if that doesn't make cognitive sense to you in the moment, that's really what it's doing. So you can kind of trust that anything that shifts out is going to be replaced better than what has left. You really have to exercise some trust around that. The Ace of Cups is new, abundant, overflowing, love, passion, clarity. And so I'm getting, for some of you, if this is work related, then that means it's being replaced. If this is love related, that's being replaced. If this is healing, it's being restored with something. So just look at it as the Three of Swords represents grief and release, but the Ace of Cups is what's coming in to fill in that empty space. So I'm getting that you have like, oh, I'm creating some space, and then it's filled with something that's in even more alignment with me. So that's always the way it's working, so long as you're conscious and focusing on alignment. So that's where this is really working in your favor. And you might find that there's a lot of things that you do let go just because you're opening a lot of other doors, making other connections, seeing other possibilities. All of that is really working for you. And then we have Seven of Knives. I think there's still a little bit of sneakiness on your end, or like not wanting to be fully seen in whatever capacity. I don't know exactly how that's going to be showing up for you, but this is just showing some energy of wanting to keep things under wraps a little bit. And you might be hiding from being fully seen in a new light, or being fully transparent about certain things, you know, typical Scorpio fashion, which I don't think you need to stress about it. It's just like, understand you're going to be warming up to this. And then we have the Queen of Cups. This is your queen. Honoring the emotions that are coming up. That's why I'm saying it's not bad. Like if you're like, no, I don't want to share this with my mom or dad yet, that's okay. I don't think you should have to. If you are ready to share something, I think that's totally worthwhile as well. It's just kind of like, go at your own pace, go at your own flow, and really trust your feelings. Trust your feelings. Man, they're really serving you. That's why you can trust that your gut reaction is the truth. Fear is not a gut reaction. That's the difference. And then we have the Three of Wands. So know that there's still many steps in this process. It's not something where it's just poof, overnight, everything comes together. You might be manifesting something or trying to call something in that's really, really big, that requires a lot of things to shift and change in the direction that you're going and in your material world. So I think that a lot of this just has to do with connections, marinating in the good connections and the information, grounding yourself, focusing on bringing yourself down into your body, exercising that trust, and allowing things that are falling out of alignment to be a part of the past so that you can actually refill all of that empty space with something that's equivalent to the Eight of Cups Ace of Cups energetically. Sorry, I misspoke there. So the Three of Wands is just reminding you, look, this is a journey, so don't get impatient with this. It's okay if you're just chipping away at this process, taking it step by step, but understand that it's a long road. You've got plenty of time, and there's plenty of things that need to happen. A lot of the time, you're not going to see the manifestations roll in one big chunk necessarily. Sometimes it's a progress. It's step by step by step. So I'm just getting that the more you remind yourself of like, this is a long-term endeavor, the easier you're going to feel about taking steps in the moment and making decisions that are right for you, like with this Two of Pentacles. Okay, and then we have the Knight of Wands. Give it energy, give it life. If you want it, give it energy. If you want to give it energy. If you want it, give it energy. You have to do that. You have to start putting your time, your effort, your attention, your love, your drive, your motivation, and your decisions. They need to line up with what you're saying you want. This is the month to do that. Now I'm going to do a 3-card pick, so you're welcome to ask a question. You can ask for clarity, guidance, anything else that you could possibly need. All right. Card number 1. The Wheel of Fortune, anything goes. This is really being steered by you. You can shift things for the better at any point. Just keep in mind it requires your attention and alignment. The Wheel of Fortune is also like trust the unknown. So this might be saying, hey, if you don't know how things are going to work out, or you don't know exactly where things are going to land, you can't worry about it incessantly and expect it to figure itself out that way. Like, worrying is not going to help. You have to actually put your faith in the unknown. That's the hard work. And know that it's okay if you don't know yet. Card number 2, we have the Lovers. Once again, this goes back to connection, and similar to the Two of Cups, the connections that you have, whether or not they be romantic. Some of you are like, oh my God, yes, finally, we have the Lovers. And so it's really about what are you wanting and what are you asking for. If that's relationship related, then this is like, yes, go for it. Give energy to your love life. Give it to your romantic life. That's going to be a good way for you to spend your energy, especially if you're healing or if you're ready to build with somebody. That this is a great card for that. For others of you, this is saying you need to pay attention to the people that you meet. Similar to what I was saying with these 2 and 3 of Cups up here, this is an indication that those relationships are essential to you getting to that next place. Card number 3, the Moon. Be okay figuring things out and fumbling as you go. You're not going to be 100% certain of where you're going to land, but that's okay. The Moon is just like, fail forward, feel into your dreamy ambitions, and don't worry about if you don't know where the end result is going to be. This is a learning process. This is something that you're doing consistently over time, and you need to experience a little bit of trial and error to get a real feel for what it is that you want to do, or where you want to put your energy, or where this is going for you. All right, my friends, that is all that I have for you today. Don't forget, if you need to work with me, go to onyxhealing.com. You know I'm always available. And take a moment to subscribe, like, and share this video if you care. It would certainly help me. I would absolutely appreciate all the support. And check me out on Instagram at onyxhealing. Until next time, have a beautiful September, everybody, and I will talk to you later. Bye-bye.